Hi friends, in this video we talk about coherent detector, right? So coherent detector, the main purpose of coherent detector is it is used to demodulate DSPSC signal, double sideband suppressed carrier signal. That is the main purpose of uh, coherent detector, right? So what is the principle behind coherent detector is, so the main principle is in this device we are using a carrier in demodulator which is same as the carrier used in the modulation, which is having the same frequency and phase which is having the same frequency and phase of the carrier used in the modulation. That is the main thing, right? So what is the block diagram? This is simple, right? So what we are doing is, let us assume the incoming DSBSC wave is DSB. This is incoming DSBSC wave. So here also we have a product modulator like what we did in the DSBSC modulation. So here it is product modulator. Otherwise I put cross. I write name up. Product modulator. This is product modulator. Here I have a carrier. This carrier wave. This is local oscillator. This local oscillator creates carrier wave, which is equal to, it is the carrier used, it is same as the carrier used in the modulation with the same frequency and phase. These two are multiplied. Let us assume this is our signal S of t, this is our C of t. The output, let us call it is V of t. After that it is low pass filter. What we get is original M of t, right? That is demodulated signal. This is DSBSC signal is input. How this happens, let us see. Okay. So you see the block diagram. With the block diagram we can see what is the thing. Let us assume DSBSC signal is S of t. S of t is, we know DSBSC signal is the multiplication of carrier and message, right? So AC cos omega CT is the carrier, which is multiplied by message is called DSBSC signal. And when it comes here, this is what enters here. When it enters here, it is multiplied with the carrier generated by this one. So local oscillator. So what should be our V of t? V of t will be S of t dot C of t. That is equal to, what is the thing we will get is AC cos omega CT into M of t multiplied by AC cos omega CT plus pi, right? So if we multiply both the things, what we get is AC square cos omega CT into cos omega CT plus phi into M of t. Okay, so if we simplify, what we get is, this is AC squared, we keep it outside. When you multiply, this is cos A cos B format, so when you multiply it will give 1 by 2 cos A plus B cos 2 omega CT plus phi and plus cos A minus B. Let us assume this is A, this is B, cos A cos B. A minus B is cos phi, right, into M of t. Then what will happen? This will be equal to AC squared by 2 cos phi m of t plus AC squared by 2 cos 2 omega ct plus phi, right, into m of t. When this signal, this is our v of t, right? So when this signal is applied through a, what do you call, this is what v of t. You see the component of v of t, that is very important. You see this signal has only cos 5 and this signal has cos 2 omega ct plus 5, right? So when you send the signal through a, what do you call, low pass filter, what will happen is, this is having a low cutoff frequency. So when you pass this signal through a low pass filter, what happens, this portion will be stopped and only this portion will be allowed, right? So that's what we will get. It's high frequency component, 2 omega ct. Omega c is carrier frequency. We know carrier frequency is very high. It is multiplied by 2 omega c, means it is very high frequency component. So we know low pass filter allows only low frequency component. So we choose the cutoff frequency according to that and stop that second part. Then what we get at the output is m of t. Fine. So we get output of low pass filter is, that is what we, output of low pass filter VOT, that is AC squared by 2 cos phi m of t, right? So this is what, this is the amplitude factor only, right? This is cos phi will be varying from -1 to +1, depending on the phi, the value will be varying from -1 to +1. So with the proper scaling function, scaling, we can get back our m of t. So when we get back a proper m of t, when you keep pi is equal to 0, what will happen? It will be AC squared by 2 m of t. So the maximum value of demodulator output is, the maximum value of demodulated output is equal to what? AC squared by m of t. Yes or no? M of t is my message signal. What is, why I put it like this? Because m of t, cos is having a maximum value of 1. So the maximum value of demodulated output is, this is maximum, this is this is constant only. Only this factor will vary depending on phi. So this is possible when pi is equal to 0. When pi is equal to 0, we will get maximum value of m of t. So with the proper scaling function, we can remove AC by 2. So we get remaining m of t properly, right? So this is the first thing. Okay, so what will happen if pi is equal to 0? That is another important point. If pi is equal to 0, then demodulator output is 0, right? Sorry, pi is equal to 90. If pi is equal to 90 plus 90 or minus 90, demodulator output is 0. This is called quadrature null effect, right? So quadrature null effect. So what is phi? Phi is the phase difference between, we know phi is the phase difference between local oscillator generated carrier, LO signal, and the carrier signal. LO, in local oscillator we generate a carrier, and carrier signal is original carrier. So there may be some minor phase difference. That phase difference is phi. So when phi is 90 degree, the demodulator output is 0. That is called quadrature null effect. Why it is called quadrature? Because phase angle is 90. Because of this 90 degree, that is called quadrature. Because of this 90 degree phase, the demodulator output is 0. That is called null. So it is called quadrature null effect. Okay. So this is what we know, right? So 0 means in phase. When demodulator local oscillator generated carrier is in phase with original carrier, then we will get maximum signal, maximum message signal, right? Okay. So this is what we have to know about what do you call coherent detector. So now you see this gate question. The input to a coherent detector is DSB-SC signal plus noise. The noise at the detector output is What is the thing they are asking? It is in phase component, quadrature component, 0 or envelope. You see, when we have a coherent detector, we will have a signal and noise will be exactly 90 degrees. So phase is 90 degrees. So we know coherent detector discards quadrature component and it has only in phase component, right? So due to the quadrature null effect, quadrature component will not be there, only it has in phase component. So option A is the right answer, right? I hope you understand this concept. If you have any doubt, please ask me. I will clarify. Thank you.